Mama say, trust in God, baby, no matter what. Amen. Amen. Mama prayed over me before the sunrise. She did. Tears in her eyes, but faith in her life. Strong faith. Said, baby, don't quit when the road get hard. Keep your hand in the hand of God. Hold on. When I was lost and I couldn't see clear, Mama kept whispering in my ear. She said, storms don't last, better days ahead. Every word she spoke still living in my head. Still there. Mama said, trust in God. Trust in God. No matter what. Keep holding on. Hold on. Mama said, pray real hard. Pray real hard. Even when the nights get dark. Dark. Honor your mother. Honor her. Honor her love. Her love. Everything Mama told me came from above. Amen. Mama worked hard, still gave a last. Gave it all. Taught me how to pray when life moved fast. Slow down. Bible on the table, worship in the house. God in every room, no fear, no doubt, no doubt. Now every blessing got a fingerprint. Every lesson she taught finally makes sense. If I stand strong today, it's because Mama pointed me straight to God. To God. Mama said, trust in God. Trust in God. No matter what. Keep holding on. Mama said, don't lose faith. Don't lose faith. God don't make a way. Make a way, yeah. Through the tears, through the pain. Hey. Mama kept calling Jesus' name. Jesus. Through the struggle, through the storm. Mama taught me to keep pressing on. Press on. Through the tears, through the pain. Through the pain. Mama kept calling Jesus' name. Jesus. Through the struggle, through the storm. Mama taught me to keep pressing on. Press on. Mama said, trust in God. Trust in God. No matter what. Keep holding on. Hold on. Mama said, pray real hard. Pray real hard. God gon' bring you through it all. Through it all. Honor your mother. Honor her. Thank God for her love. Thank you, Lord. Everything Mama told me came from above. Amen.
Jamel, what going on, big dog? I guess it's just me and you up in this thing, bro. I appreciate you for coming. Once again, man, I'm telling you, man, we got these 8-layer plays for this data infrastructure right here, man. Number 1, compute. Number 2, networking. Number 3, power and cooling. Number 4 is data. Number 5 is control. Number 6 is security. Number 7 is observation. And number 8 is physical infrastructure. And I'm telling y'all, man, this about to be a banger, man. This about to be a banger. I've been sitting on this for a couple of days, just looking at it, learning, doing some more research on it. And I got some more plays that we're going to take a look at too that also deal with this whole 8 layers of data center facilitators and this AI infrastructure boom. And I'm telling you, it's a lot. I got my notes right here. I'm looking at. That's why I'm flipping through. But it all connects. It all connects with the AI, the quantum computing. We're gonna take a look at some of those stocks. Well, I'm gonna give them to you, and then we're gonna do a whole separate video just about those. But the quantum computing, the AI, and space. I'm telling you, all 3 of these sectors are intertwined and connected together to bring this 8-layer data center facilitators together, and they're gonna help each other in the long run, man. And I'm telling you. But first, I appreciate y'all for coming, man. Hit that like button, subscribe and share, and tell your friends about that Brown Time Opulence, man. We getting it in over here with these stocks and crypto. I'm telling you, man, we learning something new every day on some plays that probably people ain't even talking about. We're gonna do a whole nother separate live with that one. Or maybe I just throw it in because I think I need to go ahead and throw it in a few of them so we can go ahead and get those out, because they done took off running a little bit, but they still in a good range to go ahead and get in. and they could change our lives if we can get in early on these things. That's why I might say it. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm gonna go ahead and put them in this video too, man. But like I said, first we want to listen to Warren Buffett right here. What do you got to say, big dog? Let's see.
Compared to the markets to a church with a casino attached, and people can move between the church and casino, and I would say there are more people in the church and more people in the casino, but the casino's gotten very attractive to people. You know, if you're buying one-day options or selling them, I mean, that is that's not investing. It's not speculating. It's gambling. You know, just totally. There's nobody that can explain why they're buying an option for one day, unless they maybe the fellow that you know, paid the $400 and some thousand from knowing when we were going into Venezuela could do it. But I mean, that's really, and the quantity of those things is just incredible. So we've never had people in a more gambling mood than now. But that doesn't mean that investing is terrible. It does mean that that prices for an awful lot of things will look very silly.
I'm telling you, man, the GOAT has spoken. The GOAT has spoken. I'm telling you, man. He said the stock market is like the church with a casino attached. Everybody looking at the casino now. So that should tell you something how the market done ran up, how much the market done ran up and keep going up right now, even though it doesn't usually do this, man. It doesn't usually run up like this far as just a straight, steep green candles for the past 6 weeks. It's crazy how this market doing, man, but you got to expect a pullback at some point. You got to expect a deep pullback at some point. We might not never get it. We might not never get it, but I'm expecting it. So I'm trading with caution, man, even though, like Warren Buffett just said, I don't day trade. I can't day trade, man. I tried it. I lost money because I didn't understand what I was doing, and I still don't understand day trading, how these folk make all this money picking zero expired options the day of and make all this money. I don't see how they do it. So I do leap options, man. Or if I'm going to trade an option, I'm going to pick a couple months out, and then I might get rid of it in a day or two. I ain't holding it for a long time if I get into like an option a couple months out, but I can't day trade, man. That's just not me. But like Jamel just said, man, upper throat, I don't know if I never said that thing right, but the CEO right here, I got this video up. We about to hear him talk for a minute.
For a world of 10x growth per year. In the first quarter of this year, we saw, if you were to annualize it, 80x growth per year in revenue and usage.
Get it out now.
And so that is the reason.
What? Wait a minute. He did that for real?
If you were to annualize it, 80x growth per year in revenue and usage, and so that is the reason we have had difficulties with compute. Right, we've planned for anything from it only grows a little to it grows 10x, and yet we saw 80x. And so, you know, as you saw today with the SpaceX compute deal, we're working as quickly as possible to provide more compute than we have in the past. We'll continue to do so. We'll pass that compute on to you as soon as we can do so. I guess I hope the 80x growth doesn't continue, because that's just crazy and it's too hard to handle. I hope for some more normal normal numbers, a mere 10x. But we will manage it absolutely as best we can, and you know, we're every day trying to obtain even more compute that we can pass on to you. We're sorry if sometimes it takes some time, but we're gonna keep going to acquire as much as we can.
I apologize if that man got a stuttering problem, but I was not expecting it. I was not expecting that, man. I was not. I didn't watch the video before. I didn't know. Forgive me, Lord. Forgive me. I didn't know, but it was funny, man. It was funny because I was like, you know, I used to say, get it out now. Because I used to be a teacher, and I had this student in the class, and he could never get it out, even though I was joking. But that's where I got it from. He'd be like trying to say something, and then he'd repeat it. Like, he ain't really stutter, but he stuttered sometimes. He wasn't no real bad at stuttering, but I used to say, get it out now. Get it out now. And I just thought that was funny, man. Forgive me, Lord. That's all I'm saying. But that makes that, hey, I'm telling you right now, he said he hoped that 80% growth slow down because they ain't gonna be able to sustain with the earnings and all that, to have these people expectations that have them grow 80% every year, year over year, however, whatever the time frame is he was referring to. I'm telling you, but it only makes sense now that what I brought y'all VCX, man. It only makes even more sense that you need to go invest into this company, into this ETF right here. It's not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not telling you what to do. But the only way you can get exposure right now to these companies is VCX and a couple other ETFs. But I'm telling you right now, I don't think now one of them got Oprah at 20 to 21%. And they are already one of the top private companies or top companies that people are waiting for to do their IPO. And I told y'all, when they do their IPO, just same with SpaceX, you see SpaceX in here too with 5%. With VCX investing in 5% of SpaceX, when they hit their IPO, man, this thing go and the stock of just those two companies gonna skyrocket this price right here, and it already done went up from where it was. We'll take a look at the chart in a minute when I pull it up, and then I'm gonna stay over there when I'm talking about some of the other stocks too, man. But I'm telling you, this is a gem that I gave y'all, and if y'all ain't invested in it yet, you need to. Like I said, this ain't financial advice, but VCX Fundrise Innovation Fund. Like I told you, I had got up in this early. I was on Fundrise app. I had invested in it early, man. I put $122 in this thing, and I should have put more in it, but it is what it is. I got 12 shares of this ETF, you could say, private equity ETF, and it done went back up. It hit a bottom, a recent bottom, and then it bounced off of that, and now we back up in our range. When I show y'all the chart, I'll show you what I'm talking about between the range. But y'all see some of the top companies already right there that they got in here. And you can't even invest in these companies because they not IPO. They ain't public yet. But Arbithrop, 20 to 21%, that's going to be heavy. Even if 5% of SpaceX that it got right here going to be moving this stock and the market when SpaceX finally hit this thing. And I think Tesla might be running with SpaceX too, man, when they do IPO. But here we go with the 8 layers facility, man. I'm telling you, this big right here. And I'm about to give y'all some of these plays, some of these stocks that go with each one of these layers. And layer 1 is compute right here. This is the layer we own right now for the AI chips, the GPUs, and the quantum processors, man. You got the core leaders right here. This is the foundation of the entire AI stack. Demand for GPUs, AI accelerators, memory chips, and quantum system is exploding as hyperscalers race to build AI factories, man. AI is booming. I know a lot of people saying we in this AI bubble is gonna burst and all that. I don't think we in a bubble because just like even with the .com bubble, even though I was young, you know, I wasn't able to invest in the stock market and nothing like that. But I don't think it was far as I understand what they're saying, a bubble, because it burst and all these stocks crashed and all that. But I don't think these gonna fall down as hard as some of that is because it's too many people companies and countries investing into AI, trying to build a infrastructure, and so they could be prepared for the future. And these some of the leading companies that we need to get in and start investing in. NVIDIA, y'all already know that. AMD, Broadcom, Taiwan Semiconductor, Micron Technology, and Intel. Them some of the main ones we already know about, and they are the leaders. But the main one is more of NVIDIA with AMD right behind them. But don't sleep on Taiwan Semiconductor neither, man. It manufactures the AI chips for like NVIDIA and AMD to put in their GPUs and all that type stuff. So these on the compute layer are real important. And then you got some high risk and explosion, some that's probably a little smaller cap that you probably could get into and see what happens with them over the next 5 years. I say the next 5 years because, like I said, we long-term investor. We not swing trade. You can swing trade them if you want to, but we investing in the long term because this AI thing is going to end up taking over, and then it's going to lead to what we're going to talk about next for the data centers, the quantum computers, and space. Like I had already gave y'all them data centers, them space-based data centers. Go watch that video if you ain't seen that video. But the high risk right here, you got Cypress Systems. Hopefully I said that right. Rigetti Computing, D-Wave, Quantum, and IonQ. I already invested in Rigetti and D-Wave. I already got them too. But Ion, I should have got it when I bought them two back maybe a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, however long it been. I already got these two. I've been had these two already, man. But the top theme is hybrid quantum plus GPU infrastructure could become the next layer after traditional AI compute. Now, number two is networking layer. Like I said, we got 8 of these things. Fiber optics, satellites, routers, connectivity. AI data centers require massive data movement. Optical networking and fiber are becoming critical bottlenecks. So you got to be able to move all this data quick and fast. So the networking layer is the second part of the infrastructure. Like I said, this the infrastructure we talking about, not specifically the AI, but the infrastructure of what they need to add in these data centers to make this data move and to make this stuff operate, like the engine of all this data centers and this AI. So right here, you got ANET already in there. What is that? Kisco Systems, Cena. I think Jamel just said that Corning, and Light Holdings right there in Broadcom, AVGO. We already see that. And then you got the space and satellite connectivity. You can throw SpaceX probably in there too when they IPO, but AST, Space Mobile, Rocket Lab, and then Iridium Communications. I done heard about all these, and that Rocket Lab is on one of the other sectors with the other ETL, one of the other ETLs we're gonna talk about a little later. That is in one of the ETLs along with some of the other stuff. Let me get it out now. Cypress Systems. But yeah, man, it's a lot going on with this what we can invest in. And then you can, like I said, we can get some of these ETFs, and then you can invest in all these companies at once instead of just buying each individual company. But the theme is AI plus edge computing and satellite networking may become a massive future market. Then 3, I would say one of the most important parts of this is the power and the cooling. That's why a lot of these states and areas are declining these data centers, because it takes too much power to run these data centers, and they don't want them in their areas. They don't want these data centers in they city, in they county, in they state, because it takes too much power, and they're gonna have to figure out how to cool it fast so they won't overheat and cause environmental problems around the world if we start building all these data centers. Now, it's some already out there, but they were projecting, I can't remember the exact number, but they were projecting building a certain amount of data centers around the U.S., and a lot of them getting canceled right now, man. But liquid cooling, energy grids, transformers. This may become one of the most overlooked AI booms. AI chips consume enormous energy and require advanced liquid cooling. Now I got a play that I'm gonna tell y'all towards the end that deal with and probably done fixed some of the problems with the cooling. And it's a stock that we can get in, but I've mentioned that a little later. But right now, you say you got the Vertiv Holdings, Invent, Electric, Eaton, Carrier Global, Trian Technologies, Bloom Energy, GE, and charged it to my head that I can't pronounce these, man. I'm country folk now. But y'all see it right here. Y'all got the ticker summary. Y'all can go look them up and do your own research anyway, like you're supposed to be doing, because I'm just bringing it to you in case you didn't know, just like I didn't know. So I'm bringing it to you. But hitting infrastructure plays, comfort system, USA, and then E, more group EME. Biggest narrative AI factors may force a complete rebuild of America's electrical grid. It probably could, man. And I think it will, especially when it does happen and we become full force on this AI and these data centers and everything pushing forward to the future. It's going to have to be a rebuild of the electric grid because they're going to take a lot of power. But if they do what I told y'all in their space-based data centers, that could change it too, to the point of where everything going to be in space and the connectivity going to be crazy fast, and how you could move information, connect with cell phones, satellite, have connection everywhere. It's gonna be crazy, man. Ain't no more data roaming and whatever all that mess was. But data layer, number 4, cloud storage, databases, data lakes. AI models require massive storage and retrieval system, memory, and cloud infrastructure are becoming strategic assets. Now, this is a major thing too, about probably just as much as the cooling is the data layer. Where they gonna store all this data? They need all this memory to store all this data. And you see the major leaders right here is Amazon, Microsoft, Alphabet, which is Google, and Oracle. And then the storage winners, Seagate Technology, Western Digital, Snowflake. Y'all should know them first two. I really got what I got right here. I think I Western Digital external drive, and then Seagate, they make external drives too, man. Memory and all that, where you can add to your computer, external drives and all that type stuff. Palantir, y'all. That would be more on that security level we're gonna get to in a minute. But number 5, any question about the memory? The memory, that's a big part. Like I said, you gotta be able to store all this AI data so that AI can remember it. You know what I'm saying? I know it sounds cliche, but remember. But so the AI ain't gotta, it compute all this information at one time. It got to be able to remember it and store it somewhere. So that's why these are important. And then control layer right here, AI orchestration, data dashboards, command systems. This is the brain coordinated AI systems, key stocks, Palantir right there, ServiceNow, Datadog, Mango DB. The theme is future enterprises may run on AI operating systems. And like Palantir, man, I don't know if I told y'all, but I'm gonna tell y'all this story again, that man, I had Palantir when it first IPO'd and came out. It was like 20, 30 something dollars. I had got into it because I was watching somebody, I can't remember what YouTube I was watching at the time when I was just getting into the stock market. But it had to be maybe 2020, the end of 2020, beginning of 2021. I had got into Palantir somewhere around there. I can't remember the exact date. But man, I had got into it. I had me at least about 10, 12 shares, and I was good. And then all of a sudden, I think it was 2022, whenever the market crashed, Palantir went down to $8, man. I didn't know what I was doing, and I sold every last one of them. I sold every last one of them, man. I should have been buying Palantir at $8, man. I'm still upset to this day that I did it. But like I said, I didn't, you can't see CMO. I don't know why. He probably blocked you. But yeah. So man, I was in Palantir, man. I should have just loaded up. If I would have known what I know now, man, I would have loaded up on Palantir. But ServiceNow, Datadogs, I think they already up. A few of them are already up. I know Datadogs it had ran up a couple where they past week. It had ran up, and Palantir down in the doghouse right now, even after they earnings. And they went down, and I had played it on the put option. I ain't put that much money into it because playing a put option or playing option period on earnings is risky. So I ain't make too much off of it. But I do want to read this right here since we talking about Palantir. I had wrote this a couple days ago, but Palantir is at a double bottom coming back up, and if it closes above 138, it's gonna move back to the descending line. But if it break out of that zone, it's going back up. And then I'll show y'all what I'm talking about when we look at the chart in a minute on Palantir. We're gonna look at a couple of them. We ain't gonna look at all of them, but we're gonna look at a couple of these stocks that we talking about right here in this infrastructure. But like I said, you gotta do your own research, do your own due diligence, man. Because only risk money that you willing to lose. No, I ain't FOMOing into that. I ain't FOMOing into that. Even when it was $70, I ain't had no money though to get it. But when it was $70, I was like, bro, I need to get there. But I ain't had no money to get it. So I ain't really buy nothing then. I was just looking at it, just steady learning. Because I ain't had no money to buy now. So, but I was just paper trading and learning, the option games and all that. But security level layer, number 6, cybersecurity, encrypted firewalls as AI expands, cybersecurity becomes mission critical. Best played CrowdStrike, Palo Alto Networks, they look like Fortnite, but Fortnite, Cloudflare, and ZS. I ain't even gonna try to pronounce that one. Y'all know basically they're probably self-explanatory, man. I ain't got to bring security level layer. I mean, we got to be able to protect this data so people won't get hacked. And then that's why I say that's where the quantum computing come into play. Also in this, far as the whole AI thing, but the security also, man, they're gonna play a big part into it too. And then number 7, observation layer, monitor analytics, AI surveillance. AI systems require real-time monitoring and observability. I ain't never heard that word, man. I hope I pronounced it right. But Datadog, Elastic, Splunk, Palantir is in that layer. Observation, like I said, protection, security, observation, and then control. All 5, 6, and 7. You can probably put them in the same bunch, as far as keeping everybody safe and make sure don't nothing crazy happen with these hackers and stuff, man. Folk out here trying to get any dollar they can, and they're ridiculous how many spam calls I get every day. Like, I'm trying to block all their numbers, but they keep calling from new numbers and this and that. Then you get these emails, and then they targeting older people that don't know technology. So when they get an email talking about this, that, whatever, you gotta pay this and that, and then they taking all their money, man. These folks is cruel out here just trying to get a dollar, man. That's what the Bible say. The love for money is evil. You know what I'm saying? But 8, physical infrastructure layer, service warehousing, industrial buildings, cranes. The real estate plus industrial side of AI is massive. REITs and infrastructure, digital reality, Equinix, construction and industrial Caterpillar, Quintana Services, and then EME, man. Hopefully I'm saying some of these right. Y'all probably know them better than I do how to pronounce them, but yo. And then here the stacks here right here. My highest conviction AI factory stacks, mega caps, NVIDIA, Broadcom, AMD, Microsoft, Amazon. Then infrastructure pick, VRT, ETN, NBT, FIX, EME. And then high risk explosive, ASTS, RKLB, this Rocket Labs, IonQ, Rigetti, and then Quantum, what that was. I already got there. QBTS. Those are the high risk explosive one. Underrated theme. The next gold rush may not be AI chatbots. It may be power grids, cooling system, optics, fiber, data center construction, satellite connectivity. That's where many institutional investors are moving now. And I'm telling you, the reason why you need to be these gonna print in the next 5 years. Over the next 5 years, these companies could print because the world is entering a once in a generational infrastructure cycle, similar to the railroad boom, the internet build out, smartphone / cloud, and electrification. This time, the driver is AI factories for autonomous systems plus data infrastructure. The winners are the companies selling the picks and shovels to the AI gold rush. Like I said, that's why I wanted to bring y'all this right here, because these are the picks and the shovels of this AI movement. Some of these companies right here, and y'all naming some right there in the chat, man. I appreciate y'all. But yeah, it's a lot of those too that we will get to. But that's the 8 layers right there, man. And here's some of the reason why. Like compute will print. The AI models are becoming exponentially larger. Training frontier AI models now costs hundreds of millions, potentially billions. The entire world is racing to build AI factories. The biggest winner right there is NVIDIA. I ain't got to explain that. Y'all already know it. And then networking with print AI factories require massive data movement. Future AI cluster will move in insane amounts of data between GPUs, storage, cloud systems, edge devices, satellites, bandwidth. Demand is exploding. The winner right there is ANET and also Broadcom AVGO. 3, power and cooling could become the biggest surprise. Like I said, I think that this was one of the most important sectors in this infrastructure right here. AI data centers consume enormous powers. Some estimates suggest future AI facilities may use as much power as small city GPUs generate tremendous heat. Without cooling, AI clusters fail, chips throttle, infrastructure melts down. Winners right now is VRT. Vertiv may become one of the most important AI infrastructure companies in the world. They provide liquid cooling thermal systems, power management. This is why institutions aggressively accumulate the stock. And I got another one. I got another one that's right at $4 right now. A little under $4. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Number 4. I know y'all wondering what that is, man. So stay tuned. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share and tell your friend about these Brown Time opulence, man. You sold NBIF for AMD last. I should have got an AMD too when it was $30. I had to learn, man. Physical infrastructure will explode. AI needs physical space, not virtual space. Real world buildings. That means data center, transformer, construction, industrial system, cooling towers, electrical upgrades. Winners right now: DLR, digital reality. Equinix operates the digital backbone of the internet, and then Power, PWR. Quintana builds power infrastructure. Number 5, cybersecurity. We print. AI dramatically increases cyber threats. Future attacks may involve autonomous hacking, AI-generated malware, infrastructure sabotage, deepfake, infiltration. Every AI system increased the attack surface. Winners, CrowdStrike, PanW, and Net right there. Cybersecurity may become mandatory infrastructure. Now, when I'm thinking about that cybersecurity, man, I don't know about y'all, but I be thinking about iRobot. If y'all watch iRobot, how the robot, the main robot AI, took over all the other robots and was going to take over the whole world. But another movie that also is Eagle Eye. I don't know if y'all ever seen that movie with Shia LaBeouf in it, man. He's supposed to have a twin brother that's in the military and figured out that the AI was trying to kill some folk and all that, and he put a hold on it. And so the AI figured out that he had a twin brother to unlock it. And that, man, was crazy. If y'all ain't watch that movie, go watch that movie too. iRobot and Eagle Eye, man. I'm telling you. 6, quantum computing potential. Quantum computing could eventually crack optimization problems, revolutionize chemistry, drug discovery, accelerate AI, disrupt encryption. Still speculative, but if it works, returns could become enormous. IonQ, Rigetti, and QBTS, those are the quantum computing stocks right there, man. I think it is going to become enormous because it is going to work. It is going to work. Now, with companies going to take over, IonQ already leading it with the revenue. So there's one of the big dogs that's already in it. But Rigetti and all the other ones, they could come up and be players in the game too. And then we can make a lot of money off of those, man. But the big old macro reason the market is shifting from software economy to infrastructure economy. The AI era needs energy, industrial systems, chips, networking, construction. That's why old industrial style companies are suddenly growing like tech companies. The biggest 5-year themes: AI factory, massive hyperscale AI campuses worldwide, sovereign AI countries building national AI systems, robotic humanoid robots may create another compute explosion. It sure is, man. It's already starting. Autonomous transportation cars, drones, logistics systems. You see what's going on with Tesla and the cyber cab. They're about to launch. It's already out in some cities, in some areas, but having all these Teslas around the world, man, you be able to, the FSD, be able to drive itself. It's gonna be they're where they're coming to, man. Space infrastructure, number 5 right there, satellite AI plus orbital computing plus global connectivity. There's gonna be a big thing right there, man. Oh boy, I ain't got no more water, man. I should have got some more water. But this right here, then we're gonna move to the quantum computing right quick. What I'm stocks at. Here it is right here. So, like I said, the quantum computing, the very pure quantum stocks is IonQ right now. Current leader of the pure play quantum space. Why people love it. Right there, trap, ion architecture, high fidelity, major cloud partnerships, government contract, quantum networking expansion, aggressive acquisitions. Bull case, many investors see IonQ as the NVIDIA of quantum. Rigetti, like I said, high risk, hyper growth, quantum play. Uses superconducting qubits, wise and interesting scalable architecture, integrated with cloud providers, massive volatility equal massive upside potential. Some analysts see it as one of the most explosive quantum names. If superconducting quantum systems dominate, Rigetti could become enormous. You do got risk in this thing, man. D-Wave right here, that's what it was. Focused quantum annealing optimization problems. This is one of the few quantum companies already seeing real world expertise using use cases. Optimization is huge for logistics, defense, supply chains, AI infrastructure analysts see growing commercial traction. And then QUBT, this is the other one I got, quantum computing, focused photonic systems, room temperature approaches. This is one of the more speculative names. Why investors watch it. For room temperature system works, they may massively reduce infrastructure costs. Then IBM, y'all already know about them. Google, you know about them. Microsoft and NVIDIA. And then the best ETFs right here, some of the best ETFs, quantum ETFs, is QTUM right there, man. Y'all can see it right there on the screen. D-Finance, quantum ETF, probably the most popular quantum-focused ETF, includes quantum AI, machine learning, and semiconductor. So you get all them into that one right there, man. It's already at $144.91 right here at the close. But I think it's up in the pre-market. We'll look at it in a minute. They're probably one of the ones we're gonna take a look at. Joby D1 Tax. Oh yeah, I had Joby, man. I told you I had. Well, y'all didn't know, but I had looked up that company way back, and I was thinking about investing in it. I don't think I never got it though, but I had heard about them a long time ago. But going back to the quantum stocks ETF, that's why I said you can get a basket of these things instead of just investing into individual companies. And like I said, you get all these right here, man. So you got some of them AI stocks in there with the quantum stocks and machine learning and semiconductors. So you get a basket and a few of all them stocks that we had went over with the 8 layers too. And then ARC, autonomous technology and robotics ETF, not pure quantum, but heavy exposure to AI, robotics, autonomous systems, next gens compute. Then both Global X robotics and AI ETF indirect quantum exposure through AI infrastructure, autonomous, advanced compute. Then right there, man, I'm telling you. So the most important thing to understand at this point in time, where we at and where we going to, is this right here. Quantum today is similar to AI around 2014, internet around 1995. Now y'all tell me, besides some of the old heads in here, y'all tell me, did y'all realize what was going on back in 1995 when the internet was getting talked about to come out and ramping up? What about AI in 2014? Y'all old heads don't answer that. I know y'all was already on it. That's why y'all millionaires already got big bucks. We still trying to learn over here, man. Shout out to y'all though. Huge potential, but massive volatility, unclear winners, technology still evolving. That's why the safest strategy for many investors is barbell exposure. Example, 70 to 80% safer giants, 20 to 30% speculative pure plays. We already named all them right there, man. And then this is what take us into the space part. The deal with the data centers and the power and the cooling aspect of it, to where we could see them space-based data centers, like I told y'all in my last video that y'all need to go watch. And these are a couple of the ETFs that you can get in for them space plays right there. That's what I'm talking about. UFO, pure play space ETF overall. This is the closest thing to dedicated space economy. ETF focused satellite rocket companies, communication, Earth observation, launch infrastructure. Major holdings often include Rocket Lab, Iridium, Planet Labs, satellite / networking companies. Recent performance has been extremely strong as the commercial space economy expands. And I want to tell y'all a funny story right here, man. I actually invested into this ARC Space and Defense Innovation ETF like in 2021. I think it was 2021, but I ended up selling that. Like I said, I was still learning. I don't know what to do with what I was doing. So just bear with me, man. I was in some plays I should have stayed in. And I probably would have been set when I think I got this. It was like $20, man. I think it was like $20 when I had got this thing. And I'm looking at it, like 70. I think that's the same one. It might not be the same stock. I know ARC got a lot on them, but we'll take a look at it and see how much it is. But like I said, best space plus AI plus defense ETF. This ETF combines aerospace, AI, robotics, autonomous systems, defense, tech, space innovation. Is broader than UFO right there. And then 3, we got SPDR, S&P, Kensho, Final Frontiers ETF, Best Future Infrastructure ETF. This ETF is more futuristic / speculative. It includes space exploration, deep sea exploration, frontier technology, advanced industrials. ROKT has delivered massive recent returns as frontier tech themes accelerated. I'm telling you, man, that's deep sea exploration. That's another thing I think that's coming next. But it looked like we're gonna go to space first, because deep sea really ain't got no, I ain't gonna say advancements, but we more focused on going to space right now. But I could see you don't want to mess with too much of them creatures in the water when your space ain't got really no creatures up there for we know of, far as like right above Earth, not out there in the universe, but right above Earth. But I share U.S. Aerospace Space and Defense ETF, ITA, best, safer, and institutional style play. This is more defense heavy, Lockheed Martin, RTX, Northrop, Boeing, but space and defense are increasingly merging. Future military satellites, orbital defense, AI warfare systems, hypersonics, all tie into this ETF. And tell me, Space Innovators ETF, NASA, newer pure space innovation ETF, satellite systems, launch infrastructure, communication, space manufacturing. This is one of the newer entries trying to capitalize on commercial space growth potential. SpaceX IPO demand. Then there it is right there, man. There it is right there. I know there was a lot of information. I know there was a lot of information, man, but I tried to show y'all. I tried to tell y'all, man. Money man be coming with that heat. Money man be coming with that heat. Now we got to look at some of these stocks. And then I'm gonna show y'all a couple of them that I just learned about. Y'all probably already know about them, but I just learned about them, and they real at a good price right now, and they could potentially move. They got a big part in SpaceX. They got a big part in SpaceX, man. But we're gonna take a look at which one I want to look at first. The one that I had said, I lost my place. Hold on. I got all these right here. So I had wrote some of these a couple of days ago. Where my page is. Man, I'm thinking about starting my Discord back up too, man. Cause that's where I was posting. Like where all y'all posting these ticker symbols and stuff, y'all could do it in there on a daily basis, and we can have some real long conversations in there. Dang, where my page at? It ain't that far back. I don't remember where is it. It is right here. There it is right there, man. Hold on, give me a sec. But yeah, y'all already know some of the main ones, man. Like NVIDIA. Let me pull it up. They're one of my favorite stocks, man. They're the first stock I had bought when I came onto the stock market. And y'all see right here, we had already broke through my resistance level right here at 203. I told y'all back when NVIDIA, it was still down here. It had popped this 216 and it came down, and then we was fighting to go back above 200, get back into the 200s. And I told y'all we get a candle that closed above 203 that we were still gonna run. Now I done heard and did some research that NVIDIA is gonna keep running until the earnings. It's gonna run up right before the earnings, which is May 20th, I believe. I think that's the date. May 20th is NVIDIA earnings. Then it usually gonna sell off. So I got a stock option. I had one back in here, back when we had hit that 64. I had got it up in here somewhere. I think back when it was like 182, I had let it run up a little bit to make sure it had confirmed that we were going back up. But I had a stock option then, and then I sold it. I sold it right before we hit 200, right up in this area. Can't remember exactly what day, but I sold it right up in here somewhere. Then, like literally the next day, it went to 216, and I was mad. But I ended up getting back in on this dip right here. I think it was May 5th. On this dip somewhere around up in here, it had dip and then was consolidating under that 200. So I jumped back in. Now I'm riding this wave all the way up to 230, man. I'm telling you, it could run up to 230, to 240, but it won't hold it very long if it do. It won't hold it very long if it do run up there. But we could be wrong, man. We could be wrong, because I'm telling you right now, the way this stock market moving, ain't no telling. Ain't no telling what's going to be going on and if it's going to fall or not. But I'm expecting it to fall, and I'm going to be ready if it do fall. Like I told y'all, only risk money that you are willing to lose. Willing to lose. And then Microsoft, man, there's another play. I probably typed in the wrong one. There's another play. Man, look, I had got the option the same time I got the NVIDIA. I had Tesla, NVIDIA. I think I had showed y'all. on here, but I had got that too, man. But this play right here, it was amazing with the option. It's amazing with the option, but it's an amazing company. Y'all already know about Microsoft, but right now we consolidating right now. But we trading between that 415 and that 430 level that I got marked right here. Now, it could or should be going up, moving toward that 430. I think it would move up with that NVIDIA earnings coming up too, but who knows? Some of these stocks ain't gonna move along with it. I know what AMD will, because they in the same type area and company, so he probably gonna move with NVIDIA. But I do like Microsoft too. So that the AI game, NVIDIA, they did something else too. Like that's what it was. Not what you said, Selmo, but NVIDIA, they doing, I can't remember the name of the company, but they doing something to set up data, like many data centers in the house, in homes. So like there's gonna be something crazy too. I gotta look that up again, but definitely gonna change the way things is being done if they can bring a mini data center to your house. Now, even though your electric bill might be skyrocketing, but that could potentially be a game changer right there, man. Then the next thing on the list, like I said, man, we're gonna look at Palantir. It's just ridiculous, man. Palantir just ridiculous. It don't make no sense, bro. How this thing running up now. And then it had a A+ earners and still sold off. It had an A+ earners and still sold off, man. So you see that it don't matter. Well, it didn't matter with Palantir that they had the A+ earnings, because it still sold off. But we in this right here. This the line I was talking about right here. When I said Palantir, we got that double bottom right here. As y'all can see, double bottom right here. Then this bottom right here that we done bounced off of with the doji. And that doji telling a lot that we could be breaking out, because it never did break past this counter right here. It came down in the middle of that doji, but never did break that doji. So now that's a little strong indication that we still probably gonna end up going up. But if we get back to double bottom coming back up, and then 138, we close above 138, back to this descending line right here, as y'all can see. Let me zoom out. We descending. So we going down right here. So we close above 138. We could go back to this line. You can say, let's say probably right about up in here somewhere, maybe. That might be about 140. We could go back up to the line around 140, maybe. And then if we get there and test 140, test this line like we did right here, and don't break through, then we coming back down. But if we do break through that descending line, then we in that breakout zone now. So then we'll be in this zone on the outside. So we have a candle above this descending line. And then we break through 150, then we off to the races, man. So this stock could be going up. And I want to say, as you can see right here, there it is right there. I read it. $144.40 trigger the move to 150. If a candle closes above and holds the next 2 weeks. And then I wrote that at 427.26. So y'all can see where we at right there when I had put that up there. So if we move past 144, we can trigger that move to 150. If we get past the descending line and break 150, close the candle above 150 and hold it, well, we might be going all the way back up to 180, 187, maybe even 200, back up to 200, because we could potentially be in that move to where NVIDIA, all these chip companies, the tech companies, they coming down. Meanwhile, Palantir is making this move on the way back up. Now, I'm going to tell y'all a little secret. I will go ahead and get me a little long call option on Palantir. That's not financial advice. That's just something I'm going to do in this next coming week. I'm going to end up getting me a call option for Palantir, man. And you need to bet on Palantir right now. Need to bet on Palantir right now, because I think the move up can generate a big gain for us, man. For y'all big players, Selmo, Jamel, y'all got them big deep pockets. Y'all might can do a little leap option on Palantir. Not saying you're gonna hold it for the whole year, but like you get a better delta and a better theta with low IV on them leap options. That's why I like doing them. Even though you might not gain as much on the move, but I'm still gonna gain some. But I know y'all probably gonna buy more than one contract like me. I only buy one at a time. If the price is right, I might buy two. But I know it's coming when I'm gonna be able to buy 50 of them things and get the big move pretty soon, man. I'm just waiting on it, and we just sitting there getting ready for it, man. Like I said, IonQ is the next Microsoft. Where I want to go next. One of these ETFs we were talking about. UFO. There it is right there. $54.50. And the aftermarket is up $54.80. It had ran up too, but it took that dip, but it been running. I ain't marked though. I ain't charted this one out though. But yeah. But it looked like we right there with it. Let me draw this line right here since I see it. I like that right there. So it came back and tested that last high. That last high went about $48, $48.50, $48.80. It had tested that last high. So now that's the support level right now. Now we got the resistance up here at 55.91. Got that resistance right there at 55.91, but you see we moving back towards it. Now we break past that. If we break and hold above that 55.91, moving to 56. They just say $56. We break past this line and close the counter above $56, man. Ain't no telling where that thing could go. Ain't no telling where that thing could go, but it could. It looked like it's gonna go back up there and try to test that 56 and get rejected and come back down to that 48.80, 48.50, and then it might end up consolidating between there. But we're gonna see exactly what to do. When I'm thinking they're gonna come up and probably test this $56. If it break through, then we off to the races. If it don't, it's gonna get rejected. Then we should be coming back down to 48, the 48.50 or 48.80, somewhere around there on that one. And then let me do that Rocket Lab. I want to look at this. Now, I ain't charted none of these myself. I've been looking at them. Look at that big God candle, man. This is the daily chart for y'all that don't know. We looking at the daily chart on these. Even this right here, y'all see that right now. The big God candle. I'm expecting it to come down tomorrow when the market open. Definitely expect this thing to be red. It's definitely gonna come down over that 185 because it done broke the Bollinger Band. So it done broke the Bollinger Band on the daily. I know it probably done broke. Yup, it's touching it on the 5 minute. It already broke it on the 2 minute. But it already came down a little bit with the consolidated, but that daily, that's what I look at. That's what I like to look at. But yeah, it definitely gonna come down tomorrow. So I ain't saying it coming back down to 56, but we could see what this is right here. This move here right here. It'd probably be more this move right here. Yup, somewhere around there. It'd be right up in there, right there. So we gonna come back down. If we get under $93, $94, $95, if we get under $95 and we hold under $95, $93, I could see her coming back down to 78, 80, somewhere around there. Back in this range. Nah, I just moved my line. Back onto this range. Where my undo button? I don't even see it. But we can come back in this $78, $80 range on that one. I just be doing an estimate because you can jump in and get out before it hit those numbers. That would be the best thing to do. That would definitely be the best thing to do. And then let's take a look at VCX, man. Like I told y'all earlier, I think this is gonna be a big play in this thing too. VCX, the way I tried to tell y'all about this stock, man, before I IPO'd, and I should have did it myself, but I was like, man, I got enough. I ain't even gonna fool with it. But I should have dropped in at least $30 to $100 and got me one share and rolled this thing all the way up to 575. And then I would have jumped out like everybody else did. But we right here, I had already marked these levels right here, way back here. So now that's why I ain't talked about it until now. But we trained in between that zone of 135 to 200. And you see here, I got all the way up to 217. Then we done came back down. So then we better retest that 200 level. We at $194.85 in the aftermarket right now. Depends on when you're watching the video. And then if we can break through the 200 level, I can see her going all the way back to that 365, maybe even more than that, higher than that. I ain't gonna say we're gonna move up as fast as we did earlier, but we could potentially see that move back up to the 300 level, if possible. Not saying it's gonna happen overnight, but with these catalysts of SpaceX and Upperthrop coming up with their IPOs supposedly this year, this could push this stock way up. I can't do nothing with it because I'm an early investor, man. I can't sell it until September. If I was able to sell it, I couldn't do it until then. But I think VCX is a sleeper play. Not too many people is talking about or even know about, because some of these big time YouTubers I watch that be talking about this stock market, and some of these ETFs, they don't even talk about VCX. Now I know it might be other reasons why they don't, because they brand new, and probably the balance sheet and all that. But I'm willing to take the risk because I got in earlier than anybody though. But then we got the Robinhood RVI right here. Robinhood RVI right here, man. It got some of the same venture capital plays like we just seen in VCX. Now I don't know exactly off the top of my head which ones they got into it. Maybe we can look it up real quick. RVI, Databricks, 23%. That ain't bad. Revolt, Airwall, X, FinTech, Ramp. They got Ramp in there. Strike, Boom, Supersonic Aviation, 11 Labs. They got that in there. But it looked like Databricks and Revolt and Mercor, AI Recruiting. Is that Revolt in that? Is that 14%, and Databricks is at 23%. But like I said, I don't see no SpaceX and the Upperthrop in this Robinhood right here. And then you said BST. That's BlackRock. What's in that one? What they got in there? NVIDIA, Broadcom, Microsoft, Apple, Google, Lam Research Corp, Snowflake, Meta, and Taiwan Semiconductor. Yeah, that ain't bad for the price. That ain't bad at all. 11% NVIDIA, 8% Broadcom, 6% Microsoft, 5% Apple. Yeah, that ain't no bad one, man. That thing, all these stocks got the same type chart, same type candles, man. Same type candles. So it's gonna be like, wow. If we ever get that blow off top, they gonna come down hard, bro. Probably hard and fast. They gonna come down hard and fast. Click the wrong one. Hold on. There it is right there. At my level, we could come back down to $40. Could potentially. Then we break through that. We can come all the way back down to 37. Could potentially. Now, my last thing before I get off. This play got SpaceX, all the SpaceX attention. Like I said, I'm gonna do another video and fully talk about these right here, these stocks right here. But Fieldtronic, this is a company based in over there in London. I think it's London, and this is the over-the-counter stock that you can buy in the U.S., but you can get the main stock, ticker symbol FTC, if your platform allow you to get international. Let me see, do it come up? I don't think it come up. Nah, that ain't it. It don't come up on Webull. But if your old head, probably you can probably get the not the over-the-counter stock, but the stock over there in the British is the ticker symbol is FTC. Fieldtronic, they have SpaceX full attention to where they developing some things for SpaceX. Like I said, I don't want to get deep into it, but I'll make a dedicated video for it. But y'all can do y'all research on it and take a look at it right here. And you can see back here, this thing was just earlier. 2 months ago, well, a month ago, 2 months ago, it was at $2.20. Now it's all here, got all the way up to $8.49, and came down back down to $5.40. And there could be a chance for us to get in on this stock right here. And when SpaceX IPO, this thing might explode. That's why I'm saying check your platform to see, can you get the original stock and not the over-the-counter, and then they could potentially be an option play if they let you play options on it. Now, I ain't checked mine all the way, but I will be checking soon one of my old heads that I got, Vanguard, Fidelity, E-Trade, Charles Schwab, all them the old heads. When I'm talking about, well, I know E-Trade pretty new, but I don't know if it's on Robinhood. I don't think Robinhood let you trade like that, man. But there's one of them, and then the last one is one you can actually trade right now. This Hyperion X. Hyperion X, man. They deal with the titanium. Y'all see is at $42 right here in the aftermarket. And this play right here is changing the game far as the technology, not the technology, the titanium that is needed for these spaceships. They are developing their own titanium. So now they're doing a brief overview of this. So now the U.S. don't have to go outside to another country like China and all them other ones. They got the high mineral counts of titanium and some other minerals that we need, but specifically for the rocket ships, titanium, this company is getting expanded. They got some money thrusted into them so they can start expanding, and they about to ramp up their production over the next 2 years. They about to ramp up their production with this titanium over the next 2 years. So they're $47. I mean, they're $42 ain't gonna be nothing. Ain't gonna be nothing. But if we can get in earlier, that's why I'm bringing it to y'all. I just found out about it now. We can get in this thing. This could potentially be a game changer, a big mover in the portfolio right here, man. And I'm about to look at some stock options on all these. But this one right here, you can definitely go ahead and get right now because it's a U.S.-based company. This is a U.S.-based company that you can go ahead and start investing in right now, man. I'm thinking I'm going to scoop me up some, probably some of the shares when they come back down. But it is testing that descending line right now. It's testing it. So you got that little doja right there. So if we break past it, and we go up and break past it, right at that, it looked like that $43 level. Even at 42 gonna be right on it again. But we can break past it and close above this line, and we could be going back up to 60. But you see, we got that double top back up in here. Got that double. This is the daily candle now. the daily chart, I mean. But we had this top right here back in 2025. Then we got this top right here with 61.45 in 2026 January. So we had that double top. So now it's looking like we had that big dip down here, came back, went down, came back up, went down. We look like if we don't break past that descending line, then we coming down. And we could be coming back down to $20. And best believe Money Man gonna jump in show enough then. Man. But like I said, them just some of the stocks that I'm gonna cover in another video later. I just wanted to introduce that to y'all, but it's some other ones too. I'm looking at them right now. There's a lot more other ones that deal with SpaceX and what's going on, and probably one of the reasons why the president going after all these minerals and this fuel and this oil and all this stuff got to deal with a lot of these plays I'm looking at right here, because they gonna have a lot to do with the future. To be honest, I ain't saying it right what he doing or whatnot, but I see some of what he doing, and I see why some of it makes sense and why we need it to in the future. But the way of getting it, I don't think he doing it the right way. But I'm just saying, man. But it is what it is. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm just trying to make some money, and just hopefully don't nobody here get hurt, man. That's all I'm praying for. But I know the account was a long one, man. I ain't planning on staying on it long, but we did do it, man. But like I said, if you new here and you ain't subscribed, you need to subscribe right now. Brown Time Opulence, man. We coming up with these stocks of crypto. I know I ain't talking about Bitcoin in a minute, but we will talk about Bitcoin, even though we at that level right now. This was the last day to see if Bitcoin, matter of fact, let me just pull it up. I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about it real quick because it's real simple. Not that one. This one right here. So now we at that critical level, man. On Bitcoin right here, we at that critical level. And this 80,000, 82,000 level. Well, I say I got an 80,000, 81 right here. So now it looked like we might end up on the weekly calendar. That's what we need to look at, the weekly calendar. Can we close above this 80,000? Can we close above this 80,000 level for the week? And for right now, I know we still got some hours left in the day, but for right now, it's looking like we might end up closing above this $80,000 level. And I ain't saying it's gonna run back up to 100K or nothing like that. I'm trying to find my notes on Bitcoin got to close up above 80,000 to 85,000 by Sunday, May 10th, or so it's gonna be a pullback. So that's the date. So if we close up above 80,000, in between the 80,000, 85,000 level, then we should be going back up maybe to 92,000 right there. Because that's my next level. We could be going back up to 92,000. But if we don't close above the 80,000, it might be a pullback. Now, we still could have a pullback. So just be aware. Just be aware of Bitcoin, man. Like I said, it wasn't too much to talk about that anyway. But there was going on with Bitcoin. And then y'all know Ethereum moving with Bitcoin too. Them the only two, to be honest, I would invest in. Them top tier cryptos. But like I said, man, you can invest in whatever you want. I know a lot of people got XRP, Solana, and some of all them other coins, $1 million by 2030. It could happen because the Bitcoin halving event is coming in 2028. So I'm planning on, if I'm waiting for the pullback. If we do get a pullback, and we don't, then I'm just gonna jump in on some of these Bitcoin ETFs, and I'm gonna play them on some long option calls, man, all the way up past 2028. And I think it's happening April or May. It's April or May in 2028 where the Bitcoin gonna have another halving event. If you don't know what that is, I got a video about it. I think it's on their channel. I can't remember. I think it might be on their channel. One of my old videos, maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. When they had the Bitcoin halving event, it happened every 4 years. So Bitcoin mining gets halved. It get halved every 4 years. So it's harder to mine Bitcoin because y'all know it's only 21 million Bitcoin ever. So when they mine Bitcoin all up, then that's it. So Bitcoin get halved every halving event. You can only mine half of what you could mine the year before. That's the easy way to put it. So, in simple terms, Bitcoin price increases dramatically. So, that's what I'm trying to say. That's the easiest thing I'm trying to say right now, man. I hope that cleared that up. And I forgot about that thing right here. Some of these, now, I don't know if these true or not, but these be popping up on X. And I just be trying to show y'all just in case. Not saying it's going to happen, but WarrenBuffett.com, Bubba 1999, Euphoria is the enemy at the top right there. And then Warren Buffett, AI Bubba 2026, we'll never had people in a more gambling mode than right now. We at the top. And I just told y'all, I just showed y'all that video in the beginning where Warren Buffett said about this. The stock market is a church and it attached to a casino. Now everybody getting more interested in the casino. That's why he said we'll never have more people in a more gambling mode than right now. And when he said this back in 1999, the market dropped 78.1%. Now it could drop 77%. Could be a possibility. I just had to bring that to y'all, man. But take that with a grain of salt until we actually see what happened, man. But I appreciate y'all for coming. Hit that like button, subscribe, Michelle, and tell your friends about the Valentine Opulence, man. And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. If you got your mom, tell her happy birthday. If you don't got your mom, tell her happy birthday anyway. And go to the grave site, put a flower over there. But I appreciate y'all for coming, man. We about to rock out to the Mother's Day song, Mama Said. But I appreciate y'all. And for the ones that subscribe to my main channel, Money Man, you already know we will be live tonight at 10 p.m. live streaming on the main channel, man. And I would greatly appreciate y'all coming. I done did 3 live streams in one day. I ain't never did that. But we getting it in, and I guarantee you don't want to miss it. Appreciate y'all.
Mama said, trust in God, baby, no matter what. Amen. Amen. Mama prayed over me before the sunrise. She did. Tears in her eyes, but faith in her life, strong faith. Said, baby, don't quit when the road get hard. Keep your hand in the hand of God. Hold on. When I was lost and I couldn't see clear, Mama kept whispering in my ear. She said, storms don't last, better days ahead. Every word she spoke still living in my head, still there. Mama said, trust in God. Trust in God. No matter what, keep holding. mama said, trust in God, no matter what. And she was right.